very windy day at Goat Head Farm. But that's not going to stop me from trying to get the brakes fixed on the red Corvair. Got this to loosen up. I put a little heat on it and I kind of was about to give up and it broke loose. And I didn't mean to sit here and drain it all out, but that's what I did. So I've got brake fluid to here at least. Now I'm working on the soft lines to the wheel cylinders. Trying to not have to pull the wheel cylinder. Why? Because I just don't want to if I don't have to. I feel like I'm okay to here, so it's definitely in the wheel cylinder that's the problem. I'm going to open the bleeder valve and just see if I can get any air through it. What size is the bleeder valve, you say? You ask? This should be 3/8. No, it's not 3/8. It's not making it through. So we're gonna pull the wheel cylinder out. I don't know if you guys can hear that wind, man. It's just ripping. Three-eighths, huh? Who knew? Let's go see if we can clean it out. Now when I was working on Old Yeller, I ended up replacing, well actually rebuilding all 4 wheel cylinders, and I said that next time I came upon this I would just go ahead and do them all, but I'm going to do them one by one again. Oh, that one came out. Delco. I wonder if these are the original Delco Moraine. All this stuff came out. So probably all 4 of them need to be cleaned up. But like I do, see if I can make everything work the way it is, so I can take it for a drive, and then probably never touch it again. No, and then we will go through everything and do it right. I feel like when I opened the bleeders on the other 3, I got fluid to come out. That doesn't mean the wheel cylinders are good, but it does mean that I could potentially stop, I think. Only 2 ways to find out. One is to do it, and the other way, if you have someone else do it and ask them how it went. There's 2 holes in here. Well, that's pretty clean. I would say that the spring and the caps and everything do not look all that bad. So we put it back together, see if we can bleed them. And I just saved myself like $3.50. That's actually what I paid for my rebuild kit from Advance Auto for Old Yeller, was $3.50. So I got 2. Should always have a pack of these laying around probably. Now, see if she works. That's all we can do. Brand new. Now it's brand new. I better call Midas. The Midas touch. That was easy. I got this one on. This tool just has like a, it's just kind of cupped, and so you just go under that hook of the spring and go in here and bing! That worked pretty good. Just had to remember how to use that tool. I always did it with screwdrivers and kind of the same thing, but this is nice because it's got that cupped end on it, so it kind of grabs your post. So anyways, I'm going to put the drum back on and then get the line hook back up. So I left the bleeder valve open and it drained out, and I was able to catch it right before the master cylinder emptied, so I should have fluid all the way to the bleeder because it was just draining out. So this should be good to go. Yeah, right. I've got the brakes on and all the drums are locked up. That's good enough for me for now. I'm going to put all the wheels on it, lower it down, try to start it. I put gas in the tank. I'm going to try to start it, and it's like 9 o'clock at night. It's time for bed, but I'm going to try to start the car and maybe drive it out into the yard. And if that's successful, then tomorrow we'll take for a little spin around the block. So I went back and forth with tire size on this, and originally I wanted to put some some fatties on it, and then just looking at various photos and fitments and different setups of this second gen Corvair, I decided that I didn't want the big fatties. So I went down and I was trying to get 215s. I just couldn't find any. I went down to the local tire shop and they couldn't find me a tire, so I ended up going with a 235, which I think is as wide of a tire as you can fit on this car. You guys tell me what you think about it. It doesn't really look stock original, and I'm not sure if I like the big fatties on it yet. I think 3 nuts per wheel is just fine. That's what it came with. I don't know how did someone lose all their lug nuts, but they got 3 per wheel, and that's good enough. Tell me what you guys think about these fatties, 235s, and they're on 14-inch wheels. They're not stock, because I think this car still had 13-inch wheels originally, but someone did put 14s on it, so I went with the 14s. And Cobras, for those of us that cannot afford BF Goodrich. I like the Cobras. Always like Cooper tires. I'm fine with them. They ain't cheap. I paid $400, well, like 370 bucks to get these 2 tires purchased, mounted, balanced. And then one of them went flat. I had to take it back and get it redone. So they're not cheap. I'm up to 4 nuts per wheel. That's pretty impressive. I stole these from the Bel Air because I couldn't afford a full set of new tires, but I think that the Arizonian is gonna work for us for now. I think I want to get, well, if I like the 235s on the back, I'll probably do 205s or 215s on the front, but it's really hard to find. I don't know, I'll probably find them online, but I couldn't find the shop. My local shop could not get me 215s or 225s. I don't know why. Trying not to put more into the tires than I paid for the car yet. This one's a Douglas. Uh-oh. Thought I had a Pontiac wheel there for a second. I realize I'm pushing my luck here a little bit, so I'm going to try to run it off of its own tank. I should put a filter, I know, all that, but if I do things right, then I'm never going to be driving any car ever, so sometimes you just gotta see what happens. It's a battery I bought for the Beetle. Like this is actually going to happen. So she seems to be running on her own gas tank. She seems to have brakes and lights and a 7-up cam. I did order a muffler for it, but it was too small, and then I ordered a bigger one and it has not come yet. So holy moly. Let's open the barn doors and see if I can go take her for a quick spin around the yard. Can't believe it. So this is the first time this car's been driven. If it drives, this is the first time it's been driven in, I don't know, whenever it was parked, probably, it's gotta be 10, 12, 15, 20 years, I don't know. She's running a little rough. Probably shouldn't have taken her for that much of a drive, but well, I just had to. So that was the first drive in a long time for this car. So I think I did pretty good considering. That's the first time I've ever driven a Corvair. Pretty fun. It's late. I pushed it probably more than I should have, and I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm hoping that when I come out in the morning, she's gonna start up and purr like a kitten, and we'll take her for a little drive around the block. Hoping it won't be so windy tomorrow too. Good morning. It's 11 o'clock, so it's still morning. I was pretty happy with getting the Corvair out for its first drive in like 300 years or whatever. I probably shouldn't have taken it out before doing a little bit more work on it, but I just had to. I was just so excited. So that was pretty fun. Could not get it to go into third gear. I got a good night's sleep. The wind stopped about midnight, so the camper was nice and calm, and I got a really good night's sleep. Today, the forecast, they pushed the wind back in the forecast until about 5 o'clock. It's a little breezy right now, but the wind isn't whipping like it was yesterday. I just can't. I don't know why I've never liked doing stuff in wind. Get a little better look at these fatty tires. And then the rollers I got on the front. Trying to get used to the big fatties on the back. I think I like them. I mean, when I was a teenager, fatter the better was my opinion. But anyways, they'll work for now. So where I'm at is, it was kind of dying on me after I drove it, and it didn't seem to want to idle. Either it's starting to pull some sediment out of the fuel tank, or the spark plugs are failed. But I feel like what I should do, the right thing to do, would be pull this cover off, like someone suggested. Make sure there's no mice homes in there, because I guess these cars are notorious for overheating and catching fire, because there's just stuff in here and it can't keep the engine cool. But that's kind of entailed to do that. It's not like you just take off a fan shroud. I mean, I think honestly, I don't know if I'm going to mess with that or not today. I should change the oil filter because I still have not done that. I did get a new oil filter for it. I think that's the right one. And then I got new spark plugs. I'm going to at least change the spark plugs and the oil filter. And then I think I'm going to start it up and see how she runs. See if I can get it to idle again. And then I'd like to take it for a drive around the block. It's pretty amazing. I really don't know the history of this car. I don't know how long it sat. It seems like it was well taken care of when it was driving. The guy that I got it from, what he told me was that he went and got it off someone's property up near Lyons, Colorado. There's a little town up there, I forget the name of it. I feel like someone probably, it had a for sale sign in it, or it had for sale written on the window, so I feel like maybe they set it out on the street or the highway for sale and it never sold, and they just had to clear this property off, and he went and got it. I would love to talk to the guy and ask the circumstances, but he didn't really want to elaborate too much. So who knows? It's got the Desert Air package on it, which is evidently pretty rare. So whoever had it, I think, knew that, and I think it was pretty well maintained. I mean, all the brakes and everything look like they've been done fairly recently, or at least before it got parked. Most of the lights seem to work. The clutch works. The interior is not too bad. Pretty much everything's working on it. I just got to clean it up and dial it in at this point. So that's what I'm going to do. And we'll start with spark plugs and an oil filter. And then I'm hoping we're going to go for a nice little drive. So I already took this out and I just didn't do a very good job, and I got oil everywhere. But you just unscrew this bolt on the top, and then you spill oil everywhere. The oil that came out was kind of gray, which I'm hoping is not a sign of engine wear, but I don't like seeing gray oil, especially when I just changed it. And here's the new one. It looks good. I guess. Here you can kind of see the oil that was in there. It's kind of gray. I don't know. Really thin too. Hoping that's just the oil in the filter, but maybe I'll drain some oil out and see how the oil's looking. Okay. Curious about this plate. I'm not sure what that's for. Wouldn't say they're too bad. I just feel like they don't tighten up. I guess it's maybe because of the aluminum heads or something. Can't get it to go on. None of these really feel like they're going on real good, but this one's just laying on there basically. It really doesn't snap on there very good. I'm going to get a pair of pliers and crimp that down a little bit. Much better. I bet this is why the guy got rid of the car, because he couldn't get it to run on all cylinders, because he didn't have his spark plug wires tight. I'll bet. I always wonder why cars get parked, because you think, well, it must be something really bad. And then you get in there and the thing runs. Like, there's really nothing wrong with this car. I needed the carburetors rebuilt. What else have I done? Tires, one wheel cylinder. That's it. And she is a dream machine. Well, I'm worried about the engine oil. I'd say these ones look a little worse on this side for some reason. Something about putting new spark plugs in just is really gratifying. You just feel like you're making the world good again. Okay, one more. Got these spark plugs because they were the cheapest platinum plugs I could find. They were only like, I don't know, $3 or $4 a plug. Plugs are like $8. I have 25 cars and they all need spark plugs. So that's a lot of money. That one actually feels okay. 1 of 6 was okay. Okay. So here's what the oil looks like. See, it looks like I have way too much in there for one. It just looks thin and kind of gray. I'm a little worried about that. This is the axle oil. It's a little low, but not super low. Oh, look what I found. That gets us up to at least 4 per wheel. 4, 4, 4. Shoot, I thought I had one with 5. If I'm doing my math right, I'm going to need to get 4 more. Maybe I'll get 6. So I can put 2 back on there. So I changed the oil filter, I changed all the spark plugs, and I kind of adjusted the idle screw and the air fuel mixture screw on the carburetors. The battery seems like it's, well, I checked the voltage on the battery, it's 12.5 volts, so maybe the alternator's working, but I'll do the little alternator test here in a second. If it starts up and idles, it'll be a happy boy. Wish I had my remote start. It's not running very good anymore. Kind of wants to backfire. Seems like it's missing a little bit or something. I wonder if it's a gas issue. Probably shouldn't have put that gas in there. So I took the cap off. It actually looks pretty bad in there. So it's not helping me. I don't think it's my problem, but there's this cap laying in here, and so I'm going to put it in, see if that helps. So I went ahead and hooked the little jockey tank back up with some clean gas in it. I just want to see if that will help anything. Come on, baby. I'm going to sit here and work on my Corvair video. So good. Baby, woohoo! Driving a Corvair, well, except for last May. Probably have about half a gallon of gas left, if that. Will she get us back home? That's the question. Third's tough to get. I got it. slow. I think it's running really rich. That's all she wanted to do tonight. Oh, I was gonna give her a bath. Let's go give her a bath. Kind of needs it. Nice and shiny. Evidently he was parked under a tree, a pine tree, so there's this sap just on the hood luckily, but it's gonna be fun to get all that off. It's just, and then of course I need a new windshield. There's little body cracks here and there. This paint is just in a weird state. It's just like pitted. It's strange. I've never seen that. And there's these weird, it's like the factory, maybe these factory welds caused this, but it's got these, or it's been repaired and failed. Same on this side. I really need to get this cowl off and get all this stuff out of there. It's just going to start rusting everything. Every time I drive the car, it pulls all those pine needles into the engine compartment. I tried to get the screws out, but I couldn't, so I think I need to take this trim off, and then I can pull this cowl off, and then I can clean out in there. That needs to be done ASAP. I need to fix the window crank. It doesn't go down, and I don't like driving this car with the window up, so I need to get that fixed ASAP. Yeah, pretty good rust hole there. This side looks okay. Good dent there. Just can't figure out how this type of body damage can happen where it just looks like they hit a pole or something. So I don't really have one good body panel on the car. Maybe the roof. It's gonna be a lot of work to clean all that up, but here's a fun car. So I'm leaning toward just leaving the wheels black at this point until I can afford some nicer wheels. I'm gonna repaint them black gloss so they look nicer, but these are a set of hubcaps that came with the car. I think I like the car better without the hubcaps, which I usually like hubcaps. And then these were the other style hubcaps that came with the car. These are 14-inch wheels, so they're not the original hubcaps to the car, but I have a set of 13-inch Monza hubcaps that I wish would fit. You know, I guess I like the hubcap on the back, actually. I think that does look good. I think it's just that little front wheel that doesn't look good, so. And then I actually kind of like these discs, which I will admit I've never liked these before, but they kind of look, I don't think I like them actually. Never mind. The other thing is that there's only 3 of each hubcap anyway, so even if I chose one, I'd still be missing one. I think I could pick up one of these at on eBay or at a swap meet or something. Let me know what you think. Black, Chevy, disc, or dish, what do they call those? Or new wheels. I actually like the way chromed rally wheels look on it, so I might do that. Or some Kragers. I actually saw a set of old Kragers with good tires for like 400 bucks the other day, and I didn't react quick enough and I missed them, so I was gonna throw those on here. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself worrying about the wheels. She's rolling now, so I can work on all the other stuff, and we'll figure the wheels out when the time is right. Those. These just have these little clips that go on this way, and then you put this in, it just slides into that little groove, pushes it out, and that's in between. That goes on, and then this goes on, and you go between those two things. I don't usually do very well with door panels, but I gotta get this window working. I can't drive around out here with the window up. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. This car's red on red. I never do good at this. Oh, wow. Well, that went really good. Huh, like a pro. That works pretty good. Oh, there she comes. Okay. Well, so why doesn't the window crank work? I think it might just be rusted on the tracks. I'm glad I went in here though, because this all needs to come out. And I suspected it would have that. I don't know why this car isn't completely rusted to the ground, honestly. How could it have this many pine needles in it? Just in the door. Perfect recipe for rust. I'm pretty lucky. If you can see in here, the track comes down here and it's just kind of, I think it's just kind of rusty. So that's the bind up right there for some reason. That's pretty good. So I ended up having to take that door panel off again because it wouldn't go up or down. I put it all back on, and then I broke a couple, well, I ripped a couple more clips out, and I did a kind of a repair on those, but seems like it's pretty good now. What I found out was that the felt was breaking down in the track that goes down, and it was just jamming it up, so it wasn't going to work. But I feel like it's working pretty good now. The other side needs to have the same thing done to it. At least now I can drive it with the window down. I also spent some time getting all the sap off of the hood. I just used a razor blade and it got it off pretty good. Now I need to go wash it off, but it feels good to get that cleaned up a little bit too. I decided to roll the dice and take the Corvair out for a little spin. My favorite thing to do is get these cars running and take them for a little cruise and watch the sunset. I mean, not my favorite thing in life, but my favorite thing sometimes. So I'm up here with one of my favorite beers and a 65 Corvair Monza that I always had hope for, but as I was starting to get into it, I just was not super confident that I would ever be taking it for a drive. And I'm confident that I'm going to get back in it, it's going to start up, and it's going to get me home. Home is right there, so it's only a mile and a half away, but still, that's something. I don't have my awesome dog to be with me anymore, unfortunately, and my mom's gone now too, although she would never be here. But I sure do miss having my dog up here with me. I think she'd like this car. Well, it's a little loud for her. So, rebuilt the carburetors, put a new starter on it that doesn't work, got the window working, put the mirror back on, got the sap off the hood, put new tires on the back, cleaned up the inside quite a bit, replaced the front wheel cylinder, bled the brakes, and that's really about all I had to do. I want to start trying to quantify the cost and time associated with getting these cars running, but for now, it's a perfect night in western Nebraska, and I hope you guys are having a great evening. Cheers. See you soon. Coming up next on Goat Head Farm, appreciate you being here, and we'll see you real soon. If anyone needs a 3-ton condensing unit, by the way, I got one for you.